get on my YouTube. I didn't even open up my browsers yet. Silly me. Hey Luna, my gosh, so punctual as usual. Hello everybody. Ronnie, say something in the chats.
Alright, just a second.
Yeah, Clayton. Oh hey, you're still moderator. Awesome. Clayton, I wouldn't go saying she's yours. That is kind of rude.
Yep, highly presumptuous.
Yeah. And I'll leave Bronny to look at the chat while I take responsibility for tweeting it and posting it everywhere. Yay!
Yeah, today's a good day.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff done.
What are we working on today, Heather?
One sec, let me tweet first.
Luna says, after a bit of consideration, I think Brawny is my favorite brony YouTuber. That's a heck of a thing to say on Heather's stream.
What about me?
Yeah, it should be Heather. Heather's way better at making videos than I am.
Even though I haven't made one in forever.
Quality over quantity, Heather.
Oh, you. Shut up.
No. I am the moderator.
And I am the queen, princess queen.
Yeah, well, your right dress strap is messed up. It's all crooked and it's making my OCD go absolutely bonkers.
We'll take this for something. This is a bra.
Alright, well, I hadn't realized. Let's see here. Heather, we have to talk about Tadano, says Clayton.
Tadano. Has it been long enough? Wait, Bronny hasn't seen the end of Season 2 of Agretzko. Don't say anything. No spoilers. No, nobody say anything.
I Am Boot says hello. And then says, you guys are the best analysis ship.
Okay, I'll accept that. Alright, did I post this everywhere I possibly could?
Clayton says, Heather is the most quirky girl ever. That's why she's amazing.
Oh, you. Should I post it here? Yeah, I'll post it here. There we go.
Bigorna says, hello, y'all.
Hello, Bigorna. Alright, guys. Now, I will tell you what we are working on this stream. Let me put my mailbag over here real quick. Alright. Oh, first, I should explain. We can't continue some of our other projects, like right here, our patriotic shawl, because as you can see, we're out of Red Heart Americana, like I told you last time, in case any of you guys had forgotten. So we can't finish this shawl at the moment. Very sad, but you know, sometimes you gotta leave something half done so you can finish it later. I gotta get lucky enough to come across that yarn again, or I just gotta freaking bite the bullet and pay stupid shipping costs to get it delivered to me. And I did have this infinity scarf going on, but infinity scarves are just, it's proving very difficult. I don't know if I explained this about crochet, but like, with infinity scarves, you gotta make sure that the chain stays straight. And as you can see, a couple places here, it's getting twisted, and it can't come out twisted. It's, how do I explain this? It's like, you ever have that shirt collar that's always got like one end there, and when you straighten it out over there, it just keeps moving around the scarf, like you can never get it straight? It's that. We don't want that with our scarf, and since it's driving me nuts, I don't feel like continuing that at this time. I also had another scarf going, but I ran out of brown yarn for that one. So, we're gonna start a whole brand new scarf. And I've got a very, very nice idea for it. Here's green.
Yeah, what's your idea?
Here's green, and here's a hot pink that looks like red in this lighting. Like, that's why I chose it, because we are going to make a scarf that looks like a watermelon.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, and I even have beads in my closet so we can sew them on afterward to make it look like it has seeds.
There you go. You always need seeds in your fruit. The seeds are really good for you.
Then why do they always tell you you can't swallow the black ones?
I've never heard that before, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, like they were always like, don't swallow the black seeds, those are bad for you, a watermelon will grow in your stomach or something, I don't know.
Well, that last bit is obviously a troll for little kids, but...
Oh, it's what
I
they
mean,
say.
Your stomach acid can melt like metal, so I don't think a seed is going to give it a whole lot of trouble.
I don't know, Brownie, you say that, but I'm not out here eating nickels.
Let's see here.
Alright,
What do we got going on in the chat?
I've got a pattern right here that I use for just generic vertical striped scarves, and we're going to try to utilize that to make us like a two-tone scarf.
Alrighty then.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that looks like the same type of thing that you made mine and Sweetie's scarves for.
Same pattern. I made hers longer because I thought like I could have made his longer. I think I've used that pattern maybe 3 times, and I've used a variation of it for different scarves at different occasions. Like the AJ, the autistic pony, he commissioned me for a scarf that's just green and had his cutie mark on it, and I just did a straight up green scarf like that.
So let me ask you this question. Would you only be doing like 1/3 the green and then 1/3 the red because it's a watermelon, or 2/3 the red because it's a watermelon, or are you gonna give it the rind on both sides?
I was thinking the rind on just one side and let the rest be the pink. I don't know. I kind of like thinking of it as a slice of it. And I should say I was inspired by this for this scarf because I'm playing the Animal Crossing mobile game, the camping one, and there was a sheep. I didn't like the sheep, she was boring, but she wore a watermelon scarf, and I was just like, I like that, I'm gonna take that. I don't even remember what that sheep's name was. I know my boy Apollo, though. He's an old eagle, and I love him. He's my boy.
Look, so reading through the chat here, Luna says, you, me, and Firebrand are her favorites. Clayton is asking why I'm staring at your bra, and honestly, firstly, why wouldn't I? And secondly, I didn't know it was a bra. I thought it was a strap to her dress.
And you know, he's my boyfriend. He's kind of allowed. I'll allow it.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of you can't, though, so stop looking. I know you're all looking.
Buckin5 says, guess whose Buck to the Face shirt arrived on Wednesday?
Ooh.
Oh, did you get a Buck to the Face shirt, Buckin5? That's pretty cool.
Where's mine?
I'll get you one. I'll bring it to BronyCon. Hopefully it arrives in time.
Sweet.
Yep. Clayton asks, Heather, how was your 4th of July?
My 4th of July was uneventful, but nice.
Very good. I Am Boots says that I just got back from vacation.
Oh, where'd you vacation to? Vacation is fun.
Yep. Buckin5 asks, have you had a chance to see Rainbow Road Trip yet?
Oh, we have, but I still don't want to spoil it. It only came out like last week, right?
Yeah, last week.
So I want to give it some time to marinate.
Okay. Luna says, I hurt my finger on Thursday. The firecracker fought back.
Oh no! You can't let these miners play with fireworks. They go blowing their fingers off. I didn't even get to whip out my sparklers, and I had some, and I was just like, I could go out and do it, but it's kind of late, and there's a lot of like sirens going on outside, so I don't want to get in on that.
Yeah, so, oh, Heather, I need you to go get Sweetie again, because Clayton says if Heather was one of the Sailor Senshi, whatever the frick that is, she'd be Sailor Venus. Oh, Sailor Moon, Sailor Skies. Okay, I get it. If you read the manga or watch the original anime, then you can see it. But I don't know jack gosh darn squat about Sailor Moon, aside from the fact that I can recognize a Sailor Scout and tuxedo mask.
Well, I would, but she's still at work.
Buckin 5 says the same color of brown Brawny is? What does that mean?
Oh, he's probably talking about that yarn I pulled out earlier.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's see here. I Am Boot says, what about apple seeds? Now, apple seeds are a different story because they have very small amounts of arsenic in them. So apparently if you eat like a ton of just straight apple seeds, you might get cyanide poisoning. And people have used apple seeds in the making of cyanide before. But aside from that, I don't know much else. Like, I've literally just told you everything I know about that.
Hold on, Bronny. Brandon wants to be on the stream, and we're gonna put him in this call with us.
Okay.
This is becoming a group thing. Brandon, add. I told him to get on Skype. If you want to be in here, you gotta get on Skype.
Okay, Buckin5 asks, how is the kitty doing tonight?
Oh, she's doing much better. She was kind of spooked because of 4th of July. I don't know if you guys saw that tweet, but she was just, like, actually in the bed with me, up against me, like, just, like, she was messed up.
Yep. She was being very affectionate.
It was weird. Apparently, like, she's always liked me. Like, Sweetie tells me when I'm in the bathroom, sometimes taking a shower, she'll just start meowing at the door. She's just like, what? And then she'll hiss at Sweetie, like, no, I'm asking for this one, not you.
Yeah, that cat's got a bit of an attitude problem.
She does. It's hilarious in a way. She bit me the other day.
Battleship Agincourt says, did you see The Last Laugh? I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either. Was that a new episode today?
Yeah, might have. Maybe it was. I don't know. I actually don't know.
Well, let's just say we don't, man. We gotta look that up afterwards. I feel like I immediately thought of Joker, and I'm like, are we talking about Batman now? I love Batman.
But Gordon says, well, it's cold as frick around here, so it's kind of hard to write. I'm not sure what he's referring to.
I don't know.
Buckin5 asks, do you still hear fireworks outside of your house?
No, I think people pretty much did it, like, or, like, they don't care anymore. They're like, yeah, and then the next day they're like, yeah, we don't care anymore. Fireworks, whatever.
Luna says the firecracker going off in her hand was a freak accident as it launched prematurely. Thankfully, it only took off a little bit of skin.
Ew. That sucks, though.
Yep. Let me see here. Clayton telling me about Sailor Moon. Okay, I'll check that later. Luna says, I may have made both my phone backgrounds David Bowie. Okay. Clayton says, also, ew, affection is gross. I never show affection. Well, you will change your mind when you're older, son. I Am Boot asks, how was Elior's wedding? It was a lot of fun. It was a very good wedding. It was very hot outside. Not a whole lot of people could handle that heat.
Oh wait, this isn't Brandon. This is another person. My bad. But whatever, we'll add this guy in.
Let's talk about when Terry made the Joker second guess himself, says Clayton. Oh, Terry, that was that episode of Batman Beyond, or the movie, or something like that.
I couldn't figure out what the hell I wanted going on the TV while I was doing stuff today.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, because of course at one point I was painting my nails and I was vacuuming stuff first and I was painting my nails and I could, there was nothing on TV. Like, freaking Cartoon Network won't stop putting on Pokemon Go, or no, won't stop putting on Teen Titans Go. They both end in Go, so I get freaked out. So
$1 to the swear jar.
Freaking forget you. I need that for laundry. So I had what the frick was I saying? I can't remember. I had all my movies there. I was like, I didn't put on Netflix. I had a whole bunch of DVDs and stuff. And I was like looking and I was just like, what do I feel like watching right now? And of course I have a bunch of Batman movies. And the stupid thing is, I was looking at all these Batman movies, I looked at them and I went, I don't feel like it though. And guess what stupid movie I decided to put on instead?
Tell us.
Stupid, the remake of Beauty and the Beast.
How dare you?
I know, Sweetie would be so mad at me, don't tell her.
Singing is so horrible in that movie.
I know, I was bored.
Let me see. We got a few guys talking about Batman Beyond versus the Joker, and basically what the plan was there. It was a good show. I would highly recommend that show to anybody.
Yeah, I remember. I have like so many Batman movies. I have like almost all the live action ones. Actually, my Dark Knight Rises I haven't seen in a bit. I think that might have been left at home. But like, yeah, and I have the Tim Burton ones, the ones that were really crappy because it came in a 4-pack, that kind of thing. So I like those 4-pack of DVDs. So I have the 4-pack of the Superman movies too, and I have the Batman movies, and I have like Batman Assault on Arkham, which was really good. Which I thought, like, you know, Suicide Squad. I thought it was gonna be like Suicide Squad, but it was gonna be like Assault on Arkham, but live action, which would have been better if it was. I mean, it would have been lazy, but it would have been better. And
or
also,
if any aspect of that movie had decent writing, also would have been good too.
Good actors. And
let me see. I Am Boot says, while I was on vacation, there was a store where I bought some stuff in support of my state hockey team.
That's a good thing to do if you are a sporty person.
Yep. Megan McGonigal asks, ever seen Batman vs. TMNT?
I haven't actually. Was it good? That's like two things I didn't think would go together, but it sounds super funny.
Actually, I'm surprised it took I'm surprised that it took this long to go together. They're both ninjas, and they both like to fight with weapons, and they got a whole lot of contrasting personality. I'm looking forward to it. Is it out on DVD or something yet?
Yeah,
Where can I pirate it?
Dude, I will freaking buy the movie to support the release.
Well, if it's good.
I guess true that.
Because that's my philosophy. I mean, on top of being broke, I would pirate something to make sure it's good, and then if it's good, I would support it.
Shoot, I forgot what stitch I was on.
The 20th.
No, you're wrong.
I have not been counting, so you're probably right.
I think I'm on 61, 62. It doesn't have to be exact. It just has to be a little, like maybe 250.
Let's see here. How scared and nervous was Knife during the 4th of July? Asks Buckin5.
Oh, she was pretty nervous. Like, she wasn't like bolting around and crying, but every time one would go off, she'd get a little spooked and look around. And I think that's why she wanted me to hang out with her so much. Like, I was just laying in bed and she'd be like, meow, meow. And I'm like, you can come over here. And she slowly made her way over here and hopped on the bed with me and just like laid with me for a bit.
Yeah, she cuddled right up to you. And then, but then she started like licking and biting herself, and that you wouldn't let her do that, and she got mad at you?
She's got scars, and she's gonna like reopen them or put more and bite off more of her hair. It's really something she can't be doing to herself. Like when she hisses at me about that, I'm like, go ahead, hiss at me. You can't be doing that stuff to yourself. It's bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get it. They're probably super itchy, but you're making the problem worse.
Yeah. Bigorna says Batman Beyond had really good underrated villains.
Batman Beyond. Oh, you mean the one that was in the future?
Yeah.
I liked that one. I like binged the whole thing on Netflix when it was on there. I liked it a lot.
Well, here's something trippy to think about. I think that show took place in like 2022 or 2026 or like the 2020s, which is next year.
Ronnie, we're gonna be in Batman Beyond. Ah! Isn't it funny, like, when a show puts that it's like, it's in the future, 20-something something, and we're, like, in that year, and it's like, nothing much has changed enough, like, we still don't have, like, flying cars and all this other crap, or, like, the freaking entirely mechanical cities or anything like that. I don't think that's ever going to happen, because there's too much that could go wrong with, like, hovercraft and stuff like that.
I know, that I mean, just the concept is a horrible idea. Like, could you imagine, like, take the planet Coruscant from Star Wars into consideration. Mm-hmm. The whole planet is one big giant city. Okay, where's your water coming from? Where's your agriculture coming from? How the heck, if your whole planet, because like we've still got plenty of space to put people, and we got 7.5 billion people on this planet.
Honestly, like Coruscant had to start as a planet, right? So maybe the planet's just underneath all the shit. I'm pretty sure an episode of Star Wars, the Clone Wars, would probably like go into the underground of Coruscant, see if we can actually get to the frickin' Earth of this planet.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were revising that. I don't remember, but I loved it.
I don't know. But Gordon says, or Luna Amethyst says, I haven't seen many Batman movies.
Oh, girl, you need to change that. Batman's the best.
And not all of them are good, but there are a lot of good ones, especially the like the DC animated universe that's been coming out the last several years.
I think that's where it shines with DC. Their animated universe gets like it has some of the best animated films and shows that have ever been made. If you look at it, Marvel in comparison has not been that good on the animated front, but live action movies, Marvel has done great, and DC has been shit. These guys kind of
$2 to the swear jar.
Sorry, it's PG-13. Bite me. But like, yeah, these guys kind of balance themselves out. Where one fails, the other succeeds. It just turns out that Marvel like will succeed in the places that a lot more people notice.
Buckin5 says, do you have any plans to see Spider-Man?
I think we're going to on Monday, which we gotta see if Infinity War is somewhere pirated, because I wanted to see that before I saw this.
Clayton says, if Heather was a villain, she'd either be Catwoman or Poison Ivy. That wasn't a question. Okay, but I'm going to treat it like a question. Which one do you think, which Batman villain do you think you'd be, Heather?
Take a wild guess, Ronnie.
Shoot, I don't know. I'm not as familiar with the Batman villains.
Catwoman, Ronnie. Think about that really hard. And also gets to get romantically involved with Batman. There's all the benefits in being Catwoman. I mean, sure, Poison Ivy's got plants, but I've never been an outdoorsy person.
I would never want, like, dating Batman is a horrible idea.
But he's so hot.
And
he's a millionaire in real life, like as his like day-to-day self, and he's also a sexy, badass crime fighter at night. And if you like become like freaking like if Catwoman decided to be a hero instead, she could be like fighting villainy with him like a freaking team, and they're just sharing in this awesome life together, you know?
Yeah, but it doesn't work out like that, because both Catwoman and Batman are, psychopaths in their own rights.
It works in my fan fiction.
Your fan fiction is horrible.
No, it's not.
Luna Amethyst says I'm more of a Marvel girl.
That's fine. They're both good.
Mm-hmm. I am Boot asks, do you guys know of Real Steel? I don't know about that.
It was this robot boxing movie.
Oh, okay.
I never watched it, but I saw the previews for it.
Would you or Brawny want to learn how to play the Prance card game? Asks Buckin5.
You know how to play it, don't you?
Yeah, we played together at BronyCon last year. Remember I almost broke Nikki V's hand?
For more reasons than one.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and then Luna Amethyst is going back to the conversation we were having about things taking place in the future. It's like, yeah, and mentions Back to the Future. Yeah, Back to the Future 3 took place in 2015.
Why haven't we had Jaws 3D yet?
I think we did.
Oh, and it was not as good.
And then what happened? Oh yeah, did you see that animation that somebody made of the real Back to the Future that came out in 2015? And it's like, oh, those are like, instead of all the crazy future stuff that was in that movie, it's like all this lame, really stupid stuff. Like, oh, those are Viners scooting around on their hoverboards. And let's see here. I Am Boot says Real Steel takes place in the 2020s. Dexter Thorma says, good evening, my queen.
Yo, what's up?
Yep. AJ Pony says, hello. I'm here for one. Not sure why I can't ring your channel's bell. That's interesting. I think you got demonetized, Heather.
I was never monetizing to begin with.
Well, you got extra demonetized.
Oh no. I never got no money off this.
Luna Amethyst says, I really liked Aquaman.
I liked Aquaman too. That guy's hot.
Bigorna says, I like every movie. Like every movie from the 70s and 80s that set itself in the year 2000 because they were optimistic about the new millennium.
Aw. Poor fools.
Yep. Let's see here. Money Drop the Unicorn says, hi.
Hey, what's up?
Dexter Thorma says, Kim Cartoons would probably have Endgame, but I would wait until it's out. That way you have better time watching it on the site. We got a couple of people talking about how disturbing it was that Maud was really attracted to Mudbriar when he got turned into a stone.
Who was really surprised about that? It was funny as hell. I will say this. I've been meaning to say it. I hate Starlight Glimmer, but the posse she has is always really good. Like, the whole finale she was in had Discord, Thorax, it had Trixie. Like, some of the best right there. And then the posse she had in this episode was really good. Like, it still had Trixie. Like, freaking Sunburst was in there, and I like him. He's a cute little weirdo. And Maud has always been kind of funny, and her and Mudbriar actually like together. I like them. So it was great. Like, she just has a great posse, and I wonder why. Maybe it's because she sucks. They're like, we gotta make this better somehow.
Let's see here. Luna Amethyst says, I know how to play Prance, but I haven't actually played it yet. Oh man, watch out. Toughen up your hands before you do that.
She's already got it going on with fireworks.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get hit. and I got this, I like, people come up to me and they ask me to play with them, and I'm like, are you sure? And I make them sign a freaking
waiver.
Yeah, I make them sign a waiver because, like, I've got really hard hands. So if I accidentally hit someone, it really does hurt. It's not just like the smart you get from a slap. It's like, did you break my hand because it's swelling up? And I never do it intentionally. I just have hard hands and fast reflexes. So if I go for a card and you beat me to it by like a split second, then I'm not going to be able to stop myself from hitting your hand, and I feel really bad about it. But still.
Yeah.
Buckin5 asks, what do you think the odds are we will see the kitty on the stream tonight?
Not very high. She's pretty relaxed today. She's got her favorite chair that she's sleeping in right now.
Honeydrop the Unicorn asks, have you seen Amphibia?
No, only on the TV guide. Is it good?
I don't know if it's good.
I
I've
saw
never heard of
a
it.
scene out of it that was kind of funny, and I was just like, ha! And then I retweeted it.
I Am Boots says, I recently got a part-time job.
That's good for you. Make some money!
Megan McGonigal is asking, by the way, how is your patriotic shawl?
Oh, we couldn't finish it. It's incomplete. It's only because we're out of yarn. So don't worry, we'll get a hold of some more yarn eventually and we'll finish it.
Clayton says, yay, Heather finally disliked Starlight Glimmer. Let's celebrate.
I've always disliked Starlight Glimmer. I thought I made that abundantly clear.
Buckin5 asks if you ever shipped Starlight and Trixie.
I'll accept it. Just because I like the Trixie part.
Buckin5 says Heather's audio is doing the louder, quieter thing again. Yeah, it does that all the time, Buck. It's
Just gotta
like
get used
even
to it.
in calls. I don't know what's causing it. Luna says if we ever meet in real life, we should play Prance.
Wear some boxing gloves, maybe.
I wonder if she's going to BronyCon. Maybe she can play Prance with us. I do want to get a set of Prance while I'm there. It's expensive though. My gosh darn, it's like $40.
Oh yeah, when we go to BronyCon, I want another pony pillowcase if that guy is there. And I still need to find a wall scroll of Chrysalis or something.
Yeah. Let's see here. Murdoch Quintland Rockefeller says, heyo.
Hey, I added you to the thing. Did you not want to be in after all?
Well, I guess he's in the chat.
Yeah,
But
he's fine. You can do it.
that name is way too proper for him to be saying things like heyo.
Well, it's just references to musicians. It's Murdoch is from the Gorillaz. I think Quintland Rockefeller. That might just be Murdoch's full name. I don't know, but it's just a Gorillaz reference.
All right. So, Agorna says, sometimes I see Trixie shipped with cheese sandwich. What do you think about that?
I could dig it. Imagine if
Any
they did a
particular
comedy
reason?
magic act. Comedy magic act. I like a magician who can make me laugh and pull a quarter
Well,
out from my ear.
Trixie as a magician makes me laugh.
Oh, I could say her magic doesn't light a spark in you. Also, you have
so
no taste.
Murdoch says, so how are y'all doing, you two?
Yeah, we're fine, just living life.
I'm doing all right. I spent most of today rearranging my friend's house. Brawny, have you ever injured your hand playing a game of Prance? Oh man, I got a frog in my throat.
He does the injuring. He's not the injurer.
Yeah. Like I said, anytime someone makes contact with me in Prance, they get injured. If they hit my hand, they hurt themselves. Clayton asks, Brawny, can you still fight? Probably not very well. I have a lot of rust to shake off, and I've got to straighten my spine out. And, yeah, I'm not really in the best shape either.
Don't worry, we'll straighten out your spine.
Yeah, that's what I got to start doing. I got to start announcing. Like when I get on my streams, I'm going to be like, okay, guys, tonight we're fundraising. We're fundraising to get Brawny a new spine. We're fundraising to get Brawny a new mattress. We're fundraising
Yeah, you
to
could
get
do
Brawny
that. I mean,
a
you
hair
are providing a
transplant.
service at the same time, and they could just pledge.
Yeah, they do. And I mean, the PayPal is there. I've been meaning to set up a tip jar, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Definitely do that.
Let's see here. Clayton says I need someone to train me. Well, I suppose I could help you find a good school in your area, but no one, keep in mind that even if you find somewhere to train, no one can train you as well as you can train yourself. So, like, they might show you a drill, they might show you some techniques, but in order to become a good fighter, you've got to really get into shape. Like, you need to, like, fighting is the highest level of endurance that you could need. And you got to drill those techniques, and you got to do it for hours and hours every day. I used to train for 3 to 3.5 hours a day, and then when I was teaching, that went up to like 6. Let's see here, what else we got? I Am Boot says I can't go to conventions outside of my state.
That's a shame.
Megan McGonigal says I went to my dad's home for the 4th. I missed some old baby crabs at my mom's place.
Cute.
Buckin 5 asks, is it stupid that I want to see Heather and Brawny arm wrestle now?
I'll win.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
I will toss you right through the window.
You won't do that.
I will dislocate your rotator cuff.
I'm pretty sure you also wouldn't do that.
The point is, you can't beat me. I'm too powerful.
I'll beat you. You'll see. I use a thing called street rules.
Street rules. Okay, what's your street rule strategy? Tell me that.
No, then you won't be surprised when it happens.
All right, I accept your street rules challenge, you goof nugget.
I'm gonna win.
Let's see here. Honey Drop the Unicorn says, "Yep, all the characters in Amphibia are all well crafted. It has 12 episodes out, and Ink Rose would be in heaven with all the world building they have done in just 12 episodes." Okay, that's cool.
Is Ink Rose even alive anymore?
Yeah, she does a lot of stuff.
What does she do?
She's on D&D. I don't think she makes videos anymore, but she still hangs out with that group.
Oh, and I just haven't heard her name in a long ass time.
I Am Boot says I do karate and I'm almost a 3rd degree black belt. Hey, that's pretty cool. Murdoch says, try again, Heather. I never saw the notification. Luna Amethyst says I took Taekwondo for 2.5 years. Buckin says, would Brawny be a good photography teacher?
Sure.
Yes.
I'm sure.
I am a decent teacher and I know photography.
Yeah. I don't think I can put you in again, Ace. I'd have to start a whole new call, and I don't feel like doing that particularly right in the middle of this. I'll see what I can do. Yeah. There we go. Try again.
All right.
Oh, hello?
Yo!
Okay, there we go.
Alright, probably just didn't ring you the first time. Who knows?
And you had your doubts. No, I'm just kidding.
Who are we on the phone with here?
This is
Oh, this is Murdoch from the chat.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Knew him a while ago.
Nice to meet
when he
you,
was
Mr.
Ace.
Buck.
Alrighty then. Back to the chat. Megan McGonigal says, I'm trying to find some hundreds to pay for convention going in a hotel. Yeah, I'd be curious where you're coming from. Clayton says, let me tell you the story of a young boy who discovered a family secret. All his life, he looked like a regular, harmless human, but when he came of age, he started to grow horns. Yeah, this story's been done.
Yeah, and I'm not into stories right now. I'm into conversation.
Luna Amethyst says, LOL, goof nugget. Okay, yeah, that's a thing I say sometimes.
He's a weirdo.
Buckin' Five's got kind of a weird question. Heather, are those needles sharp enough to draw blood?
No. I do have some that are sharp enough to draw blood, but I'm not using them right now. I mean, I'm certain if I tried hard enough.
Luna says, I was forced to retire when the studio shut down.
Well, okay. That's okay, though.
Iron Boot says, Brawny, you would defend straight your girlfriend during an arm wrestling match. Bitch. Listen, if you step into the ring of honor, we become equals until...
Oh, are you implying we aren't equals now?
You know what I meant.
No. Maybe I don't know what you mean, Brawny.
I sense bias.
Whatever. We're equals. But if you step into the ring of honor, I'm going to give you my full power. That's just how it is.
Okay, Brawny.
You will get no quarter from me.
Okay, Brawny.
I don't doubt you.
It's just remember, it's street rules.
Yep. Honey Drop the Unicorn says, I have mastered the art of taking a picture. I think you mean picture, my friend. Picture.
Okay, don't you grammar Nazi my chat.
I will do whatever the heck I want.
No, you're not.
60 miles per hour, and they turn out epic. Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually.
I sense grammatical heresy.
He is. Just...
Buckin' 5, would I be correct in thinking there will be no crochet stream the week of BronyCon?
Nope, they will not be, but I'll make tons of Twitter posts and stuff, like posts of my cosplay, updates about what we're doing, retweets, all that kind of stuff. So, apologies guys, gonna skip that, but, you know, I'll...
Hey, do me a favor, chat. If you're going to BronyCon this year, just say I, like AYE, I in the chat. If you're going to BronyCon this year, say I. Bigorna says, I went to an anime convention. It was weird, but it was fun, and I broke a record of holding a steel hammer. Oh, that's interesting.
Does that mean you're strong?
I have no idea what that means, but yeah, anime conventions are super weird. Heather, have you ever thought of any chrysalis ruining plans for BronyCon? Oh my god, we have answered this question so many times.
I think they mean like particular things we're gonna do, and I will not tell you because then it won't be a surprise when you watch the video.
Did we ever get the rest of your costume? Oh, we gotta do that. It's coming up.
It's fine. We don't like need it. I still have my old stuff.
Okay.
It's a
you
bit
want to skip
pricey.
it then?
Yeah, it's a bit pricey. I don't know if it's like within our range right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's completely understandable. Or I could just take the hit and buy it for you, which I might do.
Which you won't.
I think you underestimate how much pain I will put myself in for you.
Brawny, see, that's exactly the reason I don't want you to do that. I don't want to see you in pain. I don't want to see you financially struggle because you want to give me nice things.
But I want to give you nice things.
Oh my god, why are you so difficult?
Because I love you.
Don't be a weirdo about it.
That's why. Hey, listen, this whole thing is your fault, alright?
Oh yeah, because I had to put in all the damn work.
Yes, you did.
My god. Well, that's why this makes you my man. And, like, you get no claim to nothing.
Luna Amethyst says Brawny would probably kick my butt in a arm wrestling competition.
Nah,
It's
Luna.
possible.
You can beat him. You just gotta work street rules. Street rules.
I remember one time when I was doing childcare, for some reason one of the kids wanted to arm wrestle me, and I'm like, okay. And so of course he goes down in the arm wrestle. But I let him like put up a fight for a little bit, and he's like no, and he goes and he tries again, and he tries both arms, and then he tries his whole body, and then his friends come over. So here I am arm wrestling, like I think it was 7 kids at one time, and they're all just pushing their whole body against me, and I'm just like, no, and I put them down. It was really funny, actually, at least to me.
I don't know why, but I'm imagining the Hulk doing that in like the first Avengers movie, with the way they portrayed him against Loki.
That would be really funny.
No, it's adorable.
Clayton says, what would Heather do with a quarter? As she spends a lot of money on other things.
A quarter? Well, a quarter I would just put into my little coin purse and save with all my other coins. That's how I get money. I save up little things here and there, and then it amounts to something over a period of time.
Buck and Five coming at me with my own jokes. If Brawny is a grammar Nazi, would that make him anti-Semitic? Listen here, I wrote that joke. That's my joke. I will happily take my royalty payment now, thank you, Buck and Five.
$500.
Oh, man. Are the plane tickets for BronyCon going to be a lot of money? How much did you spend on your plane?
They could be, I'd say, over $600. It depends on where you're coming from, because I'm from the West Coast, and this is Arizona, but for further West Coast, and that's all the way in Baltimore, so that's gonna be pricey either way.
Mm-hmm. Megan McGonigal says, I'm trying to get money for Otakon. Speaking of which, who's willing to loan me some 50s for a hotel room?
Sorry, man. Okay. Gotta save our stuff for BronyCon. Yep. I assume most people that come into my chats don't have very much money. We all kind of live the same life.
But you got a lot of young folks in your chat here.
I do. That's why I try to keep it PG-13. I don't remember who's a minor and who's not.
Honey Drop the Unicorn says, I've been playing Animal Crossing New Leaf, and I've been having gun with it. I think she meant fun.
Yeah, I've been doing the mobile Animal Crossing for a while now. I don't know
Luna
why.
Amethyst called me sweet.
Oh, you.
I Am Boot says, my sister held a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure panel for 2 years at an anime convention. Clayton says, Ronnie, have you been skipping my questions? I have answered a couple of your questions, Clayton. So Luna says, what are street rules?
Oh, you'll know street rules when you see them.
Alrighty then, that's a good answer. Evan, how are you doing, Evan? Says, if Johnny has 2 apples and Davy has 4, then why don't they both shut up and eat?
Yeah, and why do you want to eat 4 apples or 6 apples or whatever the hell?
I would eat 4 apples.
If that's all the apples you have, when are you gonna get apples again? You gotta eat just 1 a day, so you have an apple a day.
Listen, if they're Granny Smith or Red Delicious, I'll put that whole bag away.
No, Bronny, you can only eat 1 a day, so you have 1 for every day of the week.
But they're so good.
I don't care how good they are. That's why you want them to last.
I mean, I usually eat 2 a day. Like, I'll have 1 for breakfast as I'm leaving, and then I'll have 1 for dinner or something like that.
I'll accept that. Just 2. But, like, Bronny, when we live together and we're getting fruits, I'm going to tell you, like, look, I want these to last until the next time we get to the grocery store.
And by the time you finish that sentence, half the bag is gone.
Damn it, Bronny, we didn't pay for those yet. Bronny, you need to freaking trust me on this. When I come over there, you're gonna be eating like a real human being. Oh god, okay, it's just Sweetie. Hold on.
Yep, I heard that door open. Honey Drop says, Brony, get a 2-liter bottle of soda and put nothing but dimes into it, and you'll save up $300. Hey, that's a good idea.
Oh, what was the idea? I didn't hear it.
Or even better, just expand the swear jar.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's the stream.
Heck, it's now a swear.
Yes, you may. Get in here. Sorry about this.
Next thing you know, flop.
Guys, we have a special guest appearance from the Brony Celebrity Suite of Brown.
Oh my heck.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweetie, oh my god.
Okay, stop.
No! It's fun.
I think I promised a few people I'd show up.
Oh, cool. People
Well,
are awesome.
promise very vaguely. I'm like, maybe. I think I can crash it.
Clayton says, Brawny is a lot like Quibble Pants. Don't deny it, Heather. You cannot silence the truth.
I mean,
I'm not gonna deny it completely.
That's
Yeah.
kind of.
Ronnie's like fat.
He's
also.
you, but fat.
Yeah, that's about right. I mean, I'm not exactly at a normal weight myself. Let's see here. I Am Boot says, did Despio pay you for using your catchphrase in a review with Firebrand? No, he never paid me. I'm gonna have to hold him up for that at BronyCon.
What, the Princess Celestia? He used that?
No, he said, oh god, the implication.
Oh god, yeah, that's another one. He should at least toss you a quarter. I have people pay me a quarter anytime they use kinky. It's my thing.
Well, shoot, you can't have that just be a catchphrase. That's just a word.
Yes, but it's when you use it.
When's my catchphrase? I mean, what's my catchphrase?
What's your catchphrase?
Or when am I getting
I don't-
one?
You have to come up with it yourself, my dear.
Well, do I have one already? I don't know. What do I say a lot?
Yes, you do, and I believe it is. Shut up, Bronny.
Hey, it is. Oh, great. It's another thing.
Yeah, actually, legit.
Another thing that I'm coasting off Brownie's
That
fame
sounds
for.
about right to me. Clayton says if Braun were trapped on an island with a crate full of rations, he'd eat it all. I mean, of course I would. For what period of time is the question, though?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like...
Although I'm being facetious, whatever.
Facetious.
I'm being a jerk there. I know what he meant. He's not wrong though.
This guy said he would eat all my apples in one day. And I'm like, Bronny, if we go to the store and I buy some apples, I want them to be lasting throughout the week. Like, can you...
Apples are one of those where I probably could, like, I'd definitely at least have apple a day. I will say, however, I have very hard time, with cherries. I buy myself a bag of cherries, and I can eat that in one sitting very easily.
Oh, no,
And
yeah.
then regret it very much the next time I'm in the bathroom. But
I'm like that with grapes.
not so much grapes with me.
I like grapes.
Sweetie, is it because you cherish them?
She'll leave. She has a bed right over there.
know, right?
She could take a nap instead of doing this.
I mean, I have to climb a ladder to get to it, but yeah.
You could take a nap on my bed. Just turn away.
Oh.
Don't look at him.
I Am Boot says,
What I do when I get mad.
I'm sorry I interrupted you. What'd you say, Ace?
It's, never mind.
Alrighty then. I Am Boot says, I'd make a pie from those apples because I like to bake.
Oh, I love making pie. That's good. I gotta make you that. Do you like cinnamon?
Yeah.
Do you like butterscotch?
Yeah.
Do you like one more than the other?
Depends on the content. I suppose I like butterscotch a little more than cinnamon, but probably even.
Okay, so I have this recipe for a cinnamon butterscotch pie.
That sounds delicious and also cavity inducing.
Oh yeah, but we'll only make it for the holidays. I made it for my family last year.
I'm chill with that.
You just gotta let it cool off over the night.
Well, yeah.
Megan McGonagall says, make apple slices and put peanut butter on it and savor it.
Ah, dude,
I
I
like that
love
way.
doing that, but it's too much peanut butter. Like I started to break out a little after I did that too much.
You know
Oh,
what's
man.
a sin, and I love apple slices and caramel. Like, I mean, obviously, caramel apples alone are freaking delicious, but then, having caramel dip is just, that's too much power.
Yeah, it's so good.
Bookin' 5 says, Brawny, how much do you make when a t-shirt is purchased? I think $7. It's either $4 or $7. I'd have to double check. I don't really know. Clayton says, hi, sweetie.
But the stuff's good. It's my favorite.
Okay.
Just don't think about
And
the
Honey
tree.
Drop says hi, sweetie. And Bucket says, sweetie, get the kitten, please.
Get the kitten?
Oh
I
yeah,
did
because I
hear
told him
the
she
cat
probably wouldn't
meow.
come in because she's comfy and not scared anymore.
Hey, kiddo.
You're a star! I already fed her so
Yep.
she's cool.
Okay.
Let me see. Buckin5 asks, sweetie, do you know how to play Prance?
What?
You know how to play Prince?
Yes.
All right. My friend Evan, who you're gonna meet, sweetie, says, that's what Sweetie Bloom looks like.
Oh,
And
God.
then he posts a picture of an egg and says she looks nice.
Oh, look like an egg?
Eh? I feel like
I
that's
mean,
a
I don't know
reference
why he
to
posted
It's Sunny
it.
in
I
Philadelphia.
have no idea why he posted the picture of the egg.
He's saying I look like an egg. I look like Humpty Dumpty.
You do not look like Humpty Dumpty. You're not an egg.
Yeah, you're right. I'm a pear. Very large one.
Pears are delicious.
Oh, yeah, okay. Don't eat me, though. Brian, I'll get jealous.
All right.
Oh
green
no,
like
the Sweetie
Earth
Blossom
Day.
ship.
Oh, for God's sakes, let's not let implications.
Oh, the
Click-
implications.
We live alone together, Bronny. Think about that.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Well, okay, here's a little buffer.
At least not the way that you're implying. I'm actually glad that you two live together. It's a much nicer, much safer place for her.
Yes.
Considering the neighborhood, yeah.
I mean, well, as soon as Heather starts working full time too, you two would be making enough that you could probably get into a better neighborhood if you wanted.
I'm gonna go with no on that for one very important reason. When somebody builds her that mansion in Florida and she moves away, I'm then gonna have to cover that rent on my own. So I'm gonna say
Look at
no.
the side of my man's head. He looks so cute.
He does look cute.
Alrighty then. Clayton says, "Sweetie, did you hear about the Dream arc?" I have no idea what he's referring to.
He's
I'm so
referring to
glad that-
Sailor Moon. They finally released the third season's going to be the movie. Okay, so for a while now they've been like, oh yeah, third season it's going to be a movie, and like I swear they've been sitting on that for years, and they finally gave us a freaking trailer. I think they also
Nice.
gave us a date, which is sometime either at the end of this year or beginning of next year. I've already forgotten, but yes, I am excited. Clearly not
Nice.
excited enough to remember when it happens, but I am excited.
Gorna says Brawny will go to BronyCon on the royalties of the swear jar alone.
Oh,
Probably.
Damn it. Shit.
Yeah, right. We're gonna
Fine,
start
I'll
cussing up,
believe that.
cussing up a storm to get him to BronyCon.
Make the swear jar out to everyone else. Like, guys, every time it's like a drinking game, but every time Heather makes a curse, instead of taking a shot, you put in a quarter.
There you go.
Oh my God, it's
Oh,
full.
it's got to be $1. It's got to be. I mean, you can't get. Let's see here.
Are you saying we couldn't swear enough to
Wait.
make enough money on quarters? I think we could
Wait.
if we tried.
Quick question: Does the stuff she say when she's intoxicated count?
Oh my.
I'm always slightly intoxicated when I'm on here.
Yeah, she's got her hard lemonade that
It's the harder.
That kid does not want to be here right now.
Actually, she's purring. She's just trying to get comfy.
She's just got an
Okay.
attitude. She's
That's
like,
interesting.
I don't like it, Baka.
Yeah, she is. She's a tsundere. She'd be like, she's like purring, but then she's like, I don't want to be in your lap, but I also don't want to leave.
Freaking this kid. She's just
Food says my catchphrase would be "Let's just see what happens."
I think that mentally all the time. I'm like, shoot, man, let's just see what happens.
No, I do not like that
Hey,
phrase because that is always a recipe for
Clay-
disaster.
Clayton
my life.
asks, "Sweetie, which version of the Usagi fighting a possessed Endymion version was more violent?"
I love hearing Brawny struggle to pronounce Sailor Moon words. More violent?
Yeah,
Oh, I
apparently
probably-
there's two versions of this fight.
Yes, in the original and Crystal. I probably have to watch it side by side to be certain. If I recall correctly, Crystal was always more willing to do the dark things that were in the manga, whereas the original anime was not. So I probably put my money on that one, but I would have to see them side by side to be certain.
I just love the art
All
style
right.
of the manga so much.
Get on that then. Sweetie Bloom, Honey Drop says, MLPFIM is the best matchmaker given how many people have ended up together as friends couples or engaged or married. And yeah, I can vouch for that.
I know very few women in this fandom that do not have a boyfriend or are not already married.
Pretty much.
Well, that's because the fandom is roughly 75% male.
Yeah,
No.
to be honest. And
So,
that's it's not just MLP either. Like being a female geek on the internet, if you lower your standards enough, you can get somebody.
It's not. And say we did.
I don't know. My girl didn't have to lower her standards that much. I think she actually raised them.
To get you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dated a lot of them.
He said something nice about himself. I know. She's gonna hear.
I mean, no makeup on a pig, but still.
Oh, like heck.
You ain't no.
First of
pig.
all, it's a lovely beard on a pig. Secondly,
Or beard
it's a
on
very
cat.
trim pig.
He's like the freaking warthog in Halo. You're a car.
Okay then. Clayton S. Sweetie, can you picture Heather as Minako?
Minako? I think you're going to have to spell that out because I'm pretty sure that you are mispronouncing a Sailor Moon name.
Minako.
Okay, Minako. That would be
Minako.
Sailor. Yeah, that would be Sailor Venus.
Oh, gross. That's so much drool.
But she loves you.
It's just kind of gross. Come on.
It's you know what it is? It's the price of her fangs.
I know. They're so cool.
They're
though.
very cool fangs, but it means that she drools a lot.
I love you. Why are you nasty?
Honestly, she's got some dental work that technically could be done, but I don't have the budget for that, so she's just gonna have her fangs.
It's okay. I love her the way she is. It's just a little nasty because I know what she does with that mouth.
Oh yeah, all this is what she does with that mouth.
Oh, does it look any more raw today?
So
Right.
so Heather is Sailor Venus. Is that what we're getting at?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
she was the hot one.
She was the hot one. Yeah, I could see it.
I voiced Sailor, not Sailor Venus. I think Sailor Jupiter in one of Toucan LDM's animations.
I wouldn't put you as a Sailor Jupiter type. I'd say Minako's probably closest to you personality-wise.
Probably. I don't remember much. I think all my knowledge of Sailor Moon, I think it doesn't extend far past, like, how far did I get with my Sailors? I don't think I got into Sailor Venus. Like, I think that's about where I would stop watching.
That's the beginning of the first arc, my dear.
I know, but then I zoom into, like, ahead of time. Like, there was that whole thing with when Sailor Mini Moon came in, and I watched some of that. So I'm very patchy with my knowledge of Sailor Moon. Very patchy.
I'm very much.
I remember watching one episode when I was like in my early teens, and it was the only episode I'd ever seen, and they were having this revelation that her younger sister was actually her daughter or something.
It
stupid
wasn't
like
her
that.
younger sister. As far as, well, it depends. I don't know. If you were watching the dub, I don't remember how they botched that. But,
It was definitely a dub. I was watching it on Cartoon Network.
fun times. No, she wasn't her younger sister. She was pretending to be her cousin for her family, but she knew she wasn't actually her cousin. She was just some random kid that showed up. And yes, then there was the revelation that, oh, BT dubs, this is your daughter, which was hilarious. Particularly Sailor Maj's reaction.
I Am Boot asks, does Sweetie like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
I have seen next to none of it, I'm afraid.
I've been starting the first arc. My friend Juanita is super into JoJo.
I've heard good things.
Yeah, you get a lot of good memes out of
We
there.
all need to sit down and watch through JoJo together because all of my friends down here in Florida just live and breathe JoJo.
That's what I hear. I also need to see my roommate as a cat.
Let's see, Heather.
Yeah,
What's up?
Would you believe me if I said I've never heard of JoJo?
What?
you haven't been on the internet.
I know. I like. Don't get me wrong. I haven't seen it, but everyone talks about it. Go on Twitter.
Buck&5 says, Heather, are you still behind on TF2?
Yes, absolutely, completely behind.
All right.
Honestly, I know Sweetie and some of the people on now. I could just ask them, like, so what's going on?
Oh no, I can't answer those questions for one very important reason. I can't keep track of what we have and haven't released, so I don't want to give her spoilers.
Give all the spoilers, Sweetie, all of them.
The only way I can keep track of what has and hasn't been released is what like fan art or comments that I get. You know, and that only happens if it's an episode that has something special with my character, which happens extremely seldomly. My character usually has very little to do in TF2, so most of the time I don't know what the heck we've released.
I got a spoiler for you. It's gonna turn out that the blue spy was me the whole time.
Whoa.
So you've been married to Katie this whole time?
Frick, I didn't think that one through very well.
You harlot! I'm not gonna
You
be
dug
your
yourself
slumber
You had that
seconds.
big old engagement special all about marrying Katie?
Ow, claws. Oh, they're getting it deep.
It was him in a costume the whole time.
Oh, they're getting
Dig a hole, hole, hole. Dig a hole, hole.
Would you like me to help you?
Please.
Okay.
She's
Uh,
getting
Lord.
like right in between my legs too, and that's not a good area. Oh.
Come here, sweetheart. I've got jeans. I can take it.
She's like,
She's like, oh, but Mama. Knife loves Heather a lot more than she loves me, and it's really cute.
but she mostly hurts me.
There'll be times like I remember this time I was in my room and Knife was meowing all pathetically, and Heather was in the shower, and so I come out of my room and Knife looks at me and hisses. You know, she's like, "Not you! I was crying because Mom left me. I don't want you."
Cats tend to pick
I'm
their favorite
assuming-
human.
I'm assuming Knife is the cat's name.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yes, that is her name.
That's her
Okay.
Those claws are sharp enough.
I was worried for a minute.
Knife hisses at me, or Knives hiss at me.
Okay, so Evan says that he didn't say that Sweetie looks like an egg. He just likes the egg emojis and then posts like 4 of them. He's weird. You'll like him. He's a good guy.
Okay.
Don't worry. he's not trying to
Clayton
hook you up.
says I ship Sweetie and Silver and no one can stop me.
Mm-hmm.
Claws. That's what you scratched me with.
Oh,
You're
let's
too
see
close to my
here.
areas.
Sweetie, have you had a chance to see Rainbow Road Trip yet?
I haven't.
Don't spoil it for her.
Oh, I've seen spoilers.
Oh dang it!
Rainbow what?
Your Rainbow Road Trip. We're still in the LP fandom, Ace.
Honey Drop
Oh, yeah.
Unicorn says Brawny needs a t-shirt that says, "Oh God, the implications."
Yeah.
I
What is
have
that becoming
one.
the T-shirt?
Speaking of
It's on-
t-shirts,
It's on my T-Public.
have you told everybody about the lovely gift that Heather got you that I delivered for you at Ellie's wedding?
She won't
No,
tell
I haven't.
anyone.
I haven't told anybody about that. But oh, Heather, I do want to see that video.
What video? Oh, yeah, I got it saved on my Google Drive.
Alright, so show that to me later, and then maybe we'll put that up on Twitter. I
That's
didn't
so
didn't like the way I looked when Sweetie was all taking pictures of me, and that's why I
You
didn't want her
look
to be
so
putting that stuff
handsome.
on Twitter.
You were all trim. You looked very thick. In the good way.
Oh wait, you wanted her to send the video that I took? I can send that to you.
Oh yeah, sure. I forgot to ask. That's
Yeah.
what it's.
I can send that to you real quick.
All right, yeah. So yeah,
Are you on Skype?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
he's
on
on Skype
Skype.
right now, and that's what I'm talking to him on.
I was like Skype or Discord, I can't tell. Let's see, I'm pretty sure this is the one.
I just love
If
how she has a black nose.
Brawny had a Princess Celestia t-shirt made, but that get him into trouble with MLP. Doubt it. I really doubt it. I have tried to make that shirt before though,
Oh, just don't hurt me this
and
time.
it just didn't work on a t-shirt format for some reason.
Okay, just keep them in. Keep them
Okay.
in.
Clayton, which inner senshi death made you mad? Mako, Amy, Minako, or
Minako.
Ray?
This
Minako.
is just going terribly.
I love it, it's hilarious.
Well, how the hell are we supposed to know what he's talking about?
Which one made who mad? You mad?
Which one made you sad?
Sad. Oh, they all did.
No, don't go on my
I
desk.
think though, if I were to say
Don't go
which
on my
of
desk.
the individual, okay, every time the inner senshi die, which is a lot,
Yeah.
they're all, equally sad in their own way. I think the only time my heart hurt more for one than the others has to actually be in the original anime And Stars, especially, I wasn't a big fan of Stars. Ray's death got you really hard because of just how much they built up the friendship between Ray and Usagi. Wasn't really much of a thing in the other versions because in Crystal they emphasized the fact that Usagi is just as close to all four of them equally. So you were equally sad for every time they died.
So,
Dude.
Buckin5 is asking about my wedding pictures and if you've seen them, but I know you've seen them, so how about, I'm going to alter his question. Which one was your favorite?
Of the pictures?
Yeah.
I liked a good number of them.
Come on, that split picture.
Split picture?
Him doing the splits in front of everybody.
Oh, that was funny. I love that Shayla got you to do that. That was hilarious. She just
I really did not want to. Shayla didn't get me to do that. Shayla is Eliora's sister.
It's Ellie's
for
sister.
everybody.
He did it mostly just to sort of annoy people, but then like at some point she takes the camera from him and is just like, go!
Yeah, no, she tried to take the camera from. I wasn't gonna do it, but then Eliora said she wanted it. So okay, I'll do it for Ellie. Trusted her with my $3,500 camera, and which made me super frickin' nervous.
I could tell.
Yeah, it's a halfway decent shot.
Yeah.
It just needed a little bit of cropping. Let's see here.
Your whiskers are tickling my knee.
Okay, so ladies, the main six paired up with a stallion. Who are they? Heather, who's your picks for each of the main six?
Oh god, hold on, I gotta think about this. Okay, stallion is a very loose term, right? You're just saying like a male person, right?
Sure. Let's go with generic male.
Okay, so Discord with Applejack.
Oh dear lord.
Because comedy gold. And I
hate you.
want Capper with Rarity because it's awesome. And I want...
Because Rarity apparently can't stick to her own species.
Look, come on, the Capper was awesome though. I loved it.
Well, Capper's great, but I don't ship him with Rarity.
Who do you ship him with?
I don't ship him with anybody. I ship him with someone of his own species, which we didn't meet in the movie.
Ship
or
him
anywhere
with
else.
knife. Ship him with knife.
I mean,
He is a perfectly upstanding individual now.
now.
You
Okay.
saw him in the episode where he was just laying behind a tree. He was looking great in his hat.
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Did you watch that?
No, I did not.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to spoil it. But he's there.
Okay.
But as for, like, I don't know, other characters, shoot, that's hard for me to think about because I normally don't.
Okay, so we covered Applejack and Rarity. Rainbow Dash.
I don't know.
With a male?
She doesn't have a lot of chemistry with other people.
Pinkie Pie.
Pinkie Pie. I don't know. I want someone she clashes with.
Cheese
Sombra!
Sandwich.
With Sombra.
Oh, that's right. You ship Sombra Pie because you're weird.
Love it.
Twilight.
Thorax.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that one.
It is
Rarity,
not.
Applejack. We skipped Rainbow, Pinkie, Twilight.
Fluttershy.
That just leaves Fluttershy.
I was never a Fluttermax shipper.
I was.
She
I
could be
was.
with Discord and it's also kind of cute.
I was for a little bit with Fluttermag, but then I changed my mind because then I realized that they're too similar and too quiet. There'd be nothing there.
But that's why they understand each other. But then I jumped on to Marble Mac.
Hey, who do you want to ship Rayburn with?
I plead the fifth.
Yes, I know everybody's gay for Rayburn.
Everyone's gay for Braver.
Oriental
Everybody.
Clocks. Oriental Clock says, "Hi Heather, long time no see. How have you been?"
I've been okay. I got a cat now, so it's awesome. It's going great.
So, sweetie, your main six with a stallion.
Okay, I'm looking at Heather's collection right there. Rarity, I shipped with Fancy Pants.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Cheese Pie is OTP.
Oh, okay.
Applejack. I remember way back in the day I shipped her with Caramel.
You know, I really liked. Me and Bronny have read this fan fiction series called like Graves. It's like a super about this one OC. It's actually really great. But there was this one royal guard who was a side character called Hemmingmane, and he joined the royal guard to like help him with his writing. And then he meets Applejack, and he just goes, "She's a goddess," and I loved it.
That's awesome.
It's great. I liked Hemmingmane with Applejack. If we could put OCs in there.
There you go. Twilight. Okay, well, I'm gonna skip to Fluttershy for a second because my ship with Twilight's gonna make Bronny mad. But with Fluttershy, I'm gonna say, because I was a Flutter Max shipper, and then I was a Marble Max shipper, and then I guess Canon killed it. For
Damn
a
you,
while, I was a Dyslestia shipper, but the show seems to really be pushing Fluttercore. Like, they're really, really trying to make it seem like, well, that's what you get for scratching her ear.
She likes it.
Yes, and she scratches instinctively.
Gosh, can't you keep them in?
No.
Damn it.
So I'm gonna actually say that I have, I've warmed up to Fluttercore. Twilight and oh my gosh, I'm forgetting his name. Oh yeah, Star Swirl the Bearded.
It's interesting, but I'm not mad at you for it.
He's all about that age gap, though, and he has no place to talk.
I mean, that's the funny thing. It's really weird. Way back in the day, I actually came up with like a scenario. I was like, it'd be great if Twilight could get together with Star Swirl the Bearded, because we know that he's invented like time travel, and what if he travels back in time and they meet each other and blah blah blah. And I like set up the whole thing in my head, and when it happened in this later season, I was like,
She likes it when I scratch it with my needle.
Ooh.
I could just picture Sweetie like bouncing back and forth in her chair like this with a thing of popcorn just
It's like
shoving
it's
it.
all coming together.
Something similar happened with Cheese Pie, actually. Like, when I think about who to ship Pinkie Pie with, I'm like, it'd have to be somebody who is close to her, but like has similar passions to her. And it would be interesting that when they first meet, at first they're rivals, but then they sort of get over it and they team up and they become like this great party planner team. They're like, they have the similar interests and passions and blah blah blah. And again, but in my head though, it was Pokey Pierce, because I liked the juxtaposition of like a blue stallion with a pin for a cutie mark, with the pink mare with the balloons for a cutie mark.
Oh yeah, I like the aesthetic.
Yeah, so that was, but in my head it was like, yeah, he's a party planner too, and at first they compete, but then they join forces. And then the Cheese Pie episode happened. I'm like, I need to stop predicting the future.
You and Bronny. Bronny can predict like real life sadness, and you predict shipping.
Yes.
Actually, I think I like your power
Yeah, I
better.
predict shipping better than he does.
I'm just very picky about my ships.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, too picky. Have more fun.
Okay, so I Am Boot says you and Bronny are so cute. Buckin5 says, would Knife like to play with the crochet yarn?
Nah, I don't know if she likes that. I've like beats me. She never sniffed.
She sniffed it for a second, but then I was like,
She's
yeah,
like-
I really don't care.
She's like, I think I am just fascinated by
Do
your
I look
triplets.
like your standard cat who would go for such fare?
Now scratch me, mommy.
Begorna says, every otaku I know talks about JoJo to the point of spam.
That's what happens when something gets really popular.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, My Hero Academia was like that for a while. So was
I
a
still
One
gotta
Punch
watch
Man.
My Hero Academia too.
It's a good one. It's pretty good. I recommend.
Honey Drop asks, Sweetie, will you rejoin Brony D&D?
No.
Oh, okay.
So straight.
Let's see here. Clayton says Bronny became a home wrecker. Courtney
Oh yeah,
B
because of the thing with the
says,
spy thing.
Courtney
Oh.
B says, hello.
Yo.
Hi.
Let's see here. What else?
Oh, hold on, I gotta do my stretches. Hold my needle.
Okay.
I gotta remember to do this, because then my freaking wrist will get all messed up.
Buckin5 asks, has Sweetie ever considered dyeing her hair to match her OC? Is it not the same color already?
You got like a dirty blonde hair.
I've got dirty blonde hair. And I sort of made my OC's color to be sort of the cartoon version of blonde. Like, blonde is supposed to be, like, yellow, you know, so... Yeah, it's more the other way around.
Pristine is asking, hey Heather, why is Sweetie there? Which one of you wants to answer that question?
I feel like we've answered this a few times.
Yeah,
we live together.
Yeah, she lives with me.
I was like, no, I live under your bed.
Bella Pink Savage
No,
says,
hard to do.
hi Heather, hi Sweetie, hi Brawny, hello.
Yo! That's how we say
Let's
hello.
see here. Luna says, I think I'm getting better at not freaking out easily.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing to get good
It
at.
doesn't help that I have Asperger's, but I'm working on it. Oh, millions and millions of people got Asperger's, and you never know it. Don't let that be a factor in anything in your life.
It shouldn't be, but it's also, like, you have to admit it doesn't help. Which is what they said. It doesn't help.
It's just that the brain is wired differently, and you've gotta rewire it, which is very possible. I mean, shoot, I did it. If I did it, there's no reason anybody else couldn't be able to. Let's see here. This sounds really bad, but Somber showing up at Ellie's wedding would have been darkly funny. She actually asked me if I was going to come with my Sombra costume. She asked me super nervously. She was like, "Now, Brawny, are you bringing your Sombra costume?" And I'm like, "No, why the heck would I do that? I'm going to be working." And she's like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah, don't do the
I
somber
joked
ruins Ellie's wedding. That would
I
no.
joked about doing that the whole
Can
weekend
we do it
because
at our
she
wedding,
brought
though?
it. I
Summer
didn't even
ruins
think
is our
about it
wedding.
until she brought it up, and then
Oh,
I was
don't
like,
give him
something,
ideas.
no, that would be freaking hilarious. I'm not going to do it, but it'd be freaking hilarious.
It would be hilarious for all the wrong reasons, Bronny.
But listen, if I had been able to go to Will and Katie's wedding, I'd have brought Sombra.
Well, that would have been appropriate because it was a cosplay wedding.
Yep. I'd have brought Sombra, and I'd have roasted the heck out of everyone there. And for the dinner, we got a pot roast, we got a pork roast, and we got a bride roast.
A lot of roasts. That's good stuff.
Let's see here. Luna Amethyst says, Flashlight, Cheese Pie, Soren Dash, Sparity, Fluttermac, and Trenderjack. So, in short, Luna Amethyst is basic.
Ronnie, don't say
that's
that
the
about my
last one.
child.
Trenderjack. So, Trenderhoof with
Trenderhoof.
Applejack.
Yeah, I'm really not on that ship.
He needs to
I
get
really
it
feel
first.
like I should remember.
I'm
who
gonna be
Trenderhoof
honest.
is, but I really don't.
Trenderhoof was the simple ways guy. Rarity wanted to date him, and then he was all interested in Applejack, and she
And
got pissed.
Applejack-
She had to turn into a redneck.
And Applejack almost
Oh,
outed herself
yeah.
as gay. Like, there's just a point where she's just like, look, and Rarity cuts her off, and it really felt like to me that Rarity was like, Applejack, you don't have to come out to this guy. Like, it really felt like Applejack was about to be like, look, I'm just not into stallions, dear Lord, leave me alone. Like, that was the first time I really was like, okay, Applejack's gay.
I played that joke in my video, but to me, it was like, she's just gonna tell him about how they're just too different,
But she said,
It's
I'm. That was the last thing she
there's
said.
It's
ways
very
you could-
ambiguous.
It is
Yeah.
ambiguous, but apparently I heard from a writer that that's actually what they were going for, that she was cut off from outing herself as gay.
It's like,
Outing herself as lesbian.
Let me see here. Bigorna says Rarity is confirmed to be a crazy cat lady at this point, so it kind of makes sense.
She only has one. And, oh wait, no, she's also got
Give
the
her
pussy
time.
to ship her with.
oh. Yeah, she
I
is
guess-
gonna be a crazy cat.
Guess that makes her a crazy cat lady, although the idea of that spreading to her romantic life is concerning. But okay.
Why are you guys so against the interspecies? Like,
Because it's weird.
why is it weird? Maybe it's because I played Mass Effect and I'm all about that.
Yes.
I'm all up in like, yeah. As soon as we find aliens, how long is it gonna take before someone bones one?
I know that's what
Okay,
the
Heather.
human race would do.
I think
That
it's the
doesn't mean
connection
it's
to
okay.
like real life.
You know, if they're sentient beings and they're like, hey, I'm down.
You
You know, it's two
might be
consenting
right there,
adults.
Ace.
Yes.
Heather,
What?
which MLP character would you ship Luna with?
MLP, like a canonical character? Okay, with Luna. Who would be fun? Who would be fun for her to be shipped with? I want her to have fun.
I don't feel like Luna's very chill.
No. Luna Amethyst in the chat. That's who we're talking about.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
We were going Princess Luna. I'm sitting here like Artemis. I don't know. You do. I don't even know if you're a dude or you do that. I don't know.
Oh, that's a girl. She's always on my stream.
Okay. Hi.
She's asked this before, and I'm like, I don't know. Like an MLP character. Try Trenderhoof.
Okay, yeah, Trenderhoof. There you go, Luna.
Sure.
Honey Drop says Rainbow Dash and Thunderlane. Bella Pink Savage says I like Apple Spike. That's interesting.
I
can
don't.
see Apple Spike.
I don't. Well, he's too. Let me put it this way. Applejack is very. He's too. I hate to pull a Josh here and pull out the languages of love, but I feel like Spike is too acts of service, and I don't know if. I don't know. I don't see them meshing very well.
It definitely is one that I feel like they came in over. You know what is like a very basic one that I kind of like though is Smolder and Spike. They're closer to each other in age.
They
there's a
are.
lot they learn from each other.
That's what's funny. At first, I was all about Ember Spike because dear Lord is finally a female in his species. And at first, I wasn't big on Smolder and Spike because, first of all, they didn't have any interaction. Second of all, she was a lot more like antagonistic. But they became close, had a little more chemistry. Like she helped him through puberty, and I'm sort of like, maybe this is better for him than Ember because they're just closer in age, just flat out because they're closer in age.
And also, she helped him with like that guy who pretended to be his father. She was just like, no, that's not a dragon thing. That's a you being a jerk thing. You didn't see that episode?
Apparently not.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
That was a good episode. You should watch it.
Yeah, that was
Wait,
a big
where
thing that
who
made me ship
pretended to be
Smolder and
whose
Spike.
dad?
Some random dude showed up and a dragon pretended to showed up and pretended to be Spike's father.
Yeah, and the guy was like, you should do be like this to be more like a dragon. Do this to be more like a dragon. And Smolder was like, wait, no, I'm up on this crap. This ain't legit. And she helps, and she even helped Spike learn how to fly with his new wings because she was
remember that.
Oh, you saw like some of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like that part made me ship him a little bit more because there's that connection, and she is gonna be like, nah, don't let this guy mess with you, man.
Okay,
But that
so
means Spike and
Trying to
Carl will be
process
in-laws.
this.
Christine
He's
and
gotten better. He's a
Buckin
dork.
are asking for the story of how you and Heather became roommates.
Oh, it's a very long personal story.
Yeah, honestly, two of them.
Maybe like two.
Buckin 5 says there should be a Somber Ruins Heather's wedding video.
Don't encourage the man.
Though, Bronny, you can get married in full armor if you want.
That's true.
I'm not gonna
If that's how we get you to wait at the altar in full plate armor, I will take it.
Yeah, I'm down.
As long as you
You
don't photograph
You
your
shouldn't
wedding.
be so desperate, sweetie.
Bronny, just wear a little armor for me. Just
2
give me
seconds.
something to work for.
Every 2 seconds, a little thing on the helmet just flops down in front of your eyes. You have to fix it again.
We're gonna no. The groomsmen are gonna be on standby fixing that.
Yeah, that's what
We
they're for.
gotta get them prepped.
I could just picture one of the groomsmen fastening a fishing line to the front, to the face mask of the helmet, and every time it falls down, he just pulls.
I
on
want
it
Justin to do it. I think Justin would do it.
Let me see. Luna Amethyst says, "I admit it, I am basic."
Oh no.
Nothing wrong with basic.
Oh, true.
Honey Drop says, "Fun fact about Sunburst: he is from the Mountain Big Brother toy line that was only available in the UK and for about 6 months and very hard to find them. Same with Mimic. They go for like $1,000 on eBay. That's pretty crazy.
Dude, they pulled that character out from like a previous generation of stuff. Man, it amazes me that sometimes
They
can
always
still
do
pull
that. They always do that. Like,
At least like every.
Applejack is copy paste from Generation
Oh
1.
yeah, I get that one. Like some of them I know, but like some of them I'm like, wait, that one came before. Damn, I thought you guys were just like pulling out some, like you were just talented at making up all this pony crap.
I mean, they are as well. It's kind of both. You know, they'll take inspiration from the past, and they'll also make new stuff, and they'll also make references.
Nice.
Okay. Vigorna says I like the dynamic of Twymac.
I don't ship it too hard.
I don't ship it. Like,
I need a good fanfic.
I mean, the thing is, Big Mac was the tuxedo mask of the MLP fandom for a while. He was the only male, and so he got shipped with everything that moved. And I felt like that was the only motivation for having Twilight and Big Mac together. Like, I don't see Twilight having a lot of patience for someone who doesn't talk too much. Nor do I see Big Mac, like, in finding her freakouts endearing. I can see him dealing with them. I can see him being like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I don't see him being like, oh, isn't that cute? I see that more like she's doing it again.
You know, as I delve deeper into fanfiction, I saw a lot of Rainbow Dash and Big Mac ship fix.
There's a lot of that, and I can see that for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's.
I am who says good night everyone, but I'm pretty behind on this chat, so that would probably happened a while ago.
Oh, sorry, Boot. Good night, wherever you are.
Sorry. Bronny, gosh darn it, speed up.
I'm going at the speed you two are talking.
You need to be faster than that. We won't shut up if you don't.
Let's see
Is it
here.
weird that I actually used to imagine Big Mac as MLP's He-Man?
I mean, you're not wrong.
I miss Skeletor.
Honeydrop says MLP Karens are so fluffy.
Oh yeah, they got little
Oh, yeah.
beards.
I never did see that episode either.
You know what's funny? I didn't ship like Applejack and what was her name? Autumn Blaze or something? I didn't ship them at first, but then I saw someone's next generation of them, and her name was Pumpkin Spice, and I'm like, I'll ship that
That
just
is
so that
cute.
can happen.
That is cute.
Just so that will happen. I want that.
Very, very cute.
I love it. And you're right, they're kind of good. I like them.
Balkan5 asks, would Brawny and Heather marrying a Sombra and Chrysalis be dumb? I'm gonna interject real quick and say I think so. I don't know. If I have any say in it, I would like a somewhat traditional wedding.
You have some say in it, but so does she. We're going to come up with a compromise about this, and that compromise means that no, I don't think Heather should get married as Chrysalis.
Well, nah, I don't really.
Yeah.
It's like aesthetically, I think it's cool, but I don't know if I want that to be my wedding. If I was
Yeah.
getting, I will keep the medieval fantasy.
Medieval fantasy we'll go with, but
and crown.
yes, she's wearing a tiara. That is non-negotiable. But like a cosplay wedding doesn't seem like actual characters doesn't seem like their thing. Kind of more medieval fantasy type of situation.
We gotta figure out
Yep.
where we're gonna get a
So
dragon.
does that
from.
mean you're speaking? Does that mean you're speaking ye old English?
Yep, the whole sermon's gonna be. in
Verily,
English.
forsooth.
My
Actually,
gosh,
it's
I'd
not
really
really
rather not.
Oh, quit being a square.
Oh, let
It's
the.
fun to speak in ye old of English.
Here's what we're gonna do, Bronny. We're just gonna get a slightly older translation of the Bible, where it pretty much is ye olde English, and yet it'll still be traditional. Okay?
But let me
Okay.
be clear. I want this freaking ceremony to be brief.
Yeah. I was talking to Heather about this. I don't know if she talked to you about it. No Eucharistic Mass. Don't do it.
Like I
Just
don't want to be
pure
bored.
ceremony. Wrap it up. Keep going. A full Mass wedding is no.
Yeah, like,
I'm gonna put my foot down on that.
Yeah, especially if she's not yet used
Yeah,
to
she's
the,
not-
like, the
Yeah, she's not.
Catholic lifestyle.
Yeah, that would just be hypocritical because it wouldn't match up with her lifestyle.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, ceremony and you're out.
Who's the other guy in the call?
Ace.
I'm not 100% certain myself.
It's Ace. Ace. I want.
Murdoch. I'm Murdoch from the chat.
Yeah, he's been in the chat a couple times. I call him Ace because that's what his name was before until he changed it. God, I'm trying to cite what people would know you from. But he was also sort of a brony dude on YouTube. And he asked, like, hey, like, can I go on your stream to that? And I'm like, yeah, sure, get on Skype. Why not?
Oh yeah, I've seen Ace's work. It wasn't bad.
Wait, you have?
Mm-hmm. Let me see. What are your thoughts on Ed Holiday and Lofty?
What are we talking about?
Ed Holiday and Lofty. The names sound familiar.
Those are Scootaloo's aunts.
Oh, her aunts. Sorry. I liked it. The inner shipper in me wanted more.
I liked their designs.
Their designs were cute.
I like their designs a lot. I like them. They're cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were making like cookies at some point, and I really like someone to bake for me.
Well, what I liked, I mentioned this in my review with Tricky. What I really liked is that like you had one that was skinny and you had one that was plump. The plump one was the one telling Scootaloo, "We've got healthy dinners for you," and the skinny one was like, "But I also bake cookies." And I'm like, the skinny one is the glutton. That's awesome. Yep. Like I was more excited for that trope breaking than I was about the lesbian couple thing. I'm like, a skinny woman can be the gluttonous one. When you have two pairs and you've got a fat one and a skinny one, it can be the skinny one who's the glutton. Sometimes it's not all about, life choices. It can just be body type.
Yeah, those ectomorphs could eat all day and
right.
just digest it.
Right. So I loved that. Like, I was more excited about that, mostly, of course, because I got spoilers about lesbians, so I was sort of desensitized to it before I saw the episode. So I was more excited about, haha, the skinny one's the glutton.
Heather, what do you think about Soren Dash? Asks Clayton.
I'm sorry, I think it's boring.
I like it when shipping her with a stallion, which I don't do often.
Yeah, that's not as fun.
It's not as fun.
It's not fun. I'm just like, I'm not gay, but I've read so much Yuri fan fiction
Oh, yeah.
of MLP, just so much of it, and it's a lot of it's really good. And I'm like, yeah, I dig it. Like, sometimes be like, man, I'd like a little bit of stallion in here at some point. And I'll eventually get that as the fandom got bigger, but like, yeah,
you got more. Well, less the fandom got bigger as the show got bigger. Because when the show started, it was like, how many males do we have to work with? Big Mac and who else? No, just Big Mac. And so
unless
then
you want
as
to
the
get
show,
carrot cake in there, which we're not doing
No,
extra
we're not doing that.
Not doing extra
So So basically, as the show kept going and more male characters were introduced, and suddenly you had more options. That's when a lot more heterosexual ships started coming up.
Oh, Soren was first season.
He was first season. That's why he was like a lot of people were like, yeah, I mean, Soren did.
Hey, that's one stallion I ship with Applejack. I've liked a lot of fics I've read of Soren and Applejack getting together. I'll show you one. I think it's really sweet.
I can see it because he likes pie.
He likes pie. I liked it. It's
Pie.
simple. And
Yeah, simple and please the way. Okay.
It's good
Okay,
stuff.
Heather, Buckin5 wants to know how long we stay up after the stream.
Oh, as long as we want to. It's Saturday.
That's true. And it's my Friday.
Woo! We're gonna party. Not really.
Yeah, not really. We're gonna go to our corners of the apartment and do our own thing.
Oh
She's
yeah.
gonna talk with
Yeah.
her boy toy.
And you're gonna warm up those tacos I made you.
Oh yes.
Oh, I still have stuff on the stove. You can just heat up if you want more sopa, more beans, and I have more chicken in the fridge if you want to make more tacos, tortillas.
Gotcha. Thank you.
What I want to say about my cooking is that I won't say I'm a good cook, but I really know how to cook the stuff that I like.
You do. You really know how to cook yourself a good chicken.
I love me some chicken.
I think there was only one time when the chicken was burned, and I was sort of like, oh, it's burned. But
yeah, it was my bad. I gotta pay attention.
yeah, and you acknowledged it. You're like, oh yeah, I'd burn the chicken. Like, okay, good, she knows.
yeah. I know how to cook my favorite stuff and stuff just the way I like it. Like my potato tacos, that freaking starch platter I put together.
Yes. Okay. I love Heather to death. I do, but she's terrible for my diet. And like, I'll come home,
No, it doesn't even
It's
stop.
hard enough. It's hard enough just trying to pull a vegetable out of the stuff that she makes. But like, at least most of the time, there's a carb and a protein. But then one day I come home and she made potato tacos with soba. It was like carb upon carb upon carb. There was nothing else.
And that's my favorite dinner. That's one of my
She got so excited about it. She's like, it's the best thing ever. I'm like, this is nothing but carbs. And
Hey,
like,
potato's a vegetable.
no, it's a starch.
Well, there's tomatoes in the sopa.
Barely.
It's delicious.
Barely. There wasn't even like marinara sauce where you could pretend. It was
potato
most.
sauce in it. It's really good. Oh, also the sopa tonight is using alphabet little noodles, so it's educational
Okay.
at the same time.
Okay.
I loved it. But yeah, like, and I'm also bad because I make her breakfast.
She does.
I make her eggs with potatoes, eggs and bacon, bagels, sandwiches, so much eggs.
So much eggs, so much protein, which is just standard American breakfast fare. Like American breakfast, like continental breakfasts, are a hell of a lot of carbs and protein and not a lot of vegetables.
But I love the stuff I make. I love it.
No, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate having my proper breakfast, but yeah, I'll just like get texts like, I made you breakfast. I'm like, oh, okay.
Too bad you couldn't get those crepes when they were fresh.
I will admit they didn't keep.
I know.
I tried and I was
They
like,
don't usually. So, like, yeah, I'll make them for you, like, on Monday or something.
Okay.
Tomorrow I want cereal, though.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
I like my cereal days. Yeah, I like cooking the food I love. I gotta expand a little, because I'm running out of ideas. I'm like, what else should I make? What else do I really like? I was thinking of doing these chicken speedy sandwiches that my brother-in-law used to make for me. Like, there was this chicken, and it was marinated in this, like, creamy, lemony sauce. It was really good.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I gotta try making those. I think I got the recipe tabbed.
I will fully say I'm not very good at cooking chicken, and that has to do with the fact that I don't particularly enjoy chicken, so I never tried to train myself to cook it well, because I'm like, oh, this is terrible. I hate chicken. No, I don't hate chicken. But it's just, I have to have it fit in a very particular way.
Yeah, I try my best, but I just like it because I can get a bag of frozen chicken and I can make so much stuff out of it. I'm making pasta, I'm making tacos. I could just make some chicken and some rice. You can make a lot out of a bag of chicken.
Honey Drop says, if you use honey on meat, it keeps it tender.
I will say I don't like honey that much. And I don't like mixing my sweet and savories.
You have to be careful mixing sweet and savories. It can be done. Teriyaki chicken, por ejemplo. But yeah, I mean, it certainly can help.
Buck and 5 asks, Sweetie, do you think that Dr. Wolf would be a good marrying people person? I'm not sure if he's referring to whether or not...
I think he means an officiant.
I think he has a good voice for it. I was just looking at it
I'm gonna say right now, I don't think Doc would be comfortable with that, because he is of the Church of Latter-day Saints. As such, I don't think he would wish to preside over a wedding that wasn't held in the temple. And I don't know what, but I think you have to be a bishop in order to do that, which he is not. And I just don't see him being comfortable officiating over a agnostic wedding, I guess is what I'm thinking of. Non-denominational wedding, I suppose. I can't imagine him being comfortable with that.
I'm a non-denominational Christian. And I don't know where Heather stands quite yet. I don't think she believes, but she's been studying for my sake, which is nice.
The Bible's on the side of my bed. I read it whenever I
Mm-hmm.
can.
Bigorna says, comparing the American breakfast with the Brazilian one that is just a ham sandwich and a cup of coffee, the American one seems like overkill.
It is overkill.
Yeah, I'm trying to kill her.
Yeah, a little bit. Especially in the protein department, I find. Having gone through Europe a little bit, not the entire West. Anyway, I find that it's just overkill with protein. Like an American breakfast will have eggs, sausage, and bacon, and be like all of it. And it's like, that's protein, protein, protein. And like, you sometimes have to fight to find a carb. Like, you may get hash browns, but those are kind of rare. You may get pancakes, but unless you're actually going to IHOP, those are kind of rare. Same with waffles and stuff like that. Like, a traditional American breakfast is a crap ton of protein. And a lot of other countries don't do it that way.
It's
like
protein,
being
but it's also a lot of fat.
Yes. Fatty protein.
You know.
Yeah, it's not even like
What
you can try getting like turkey bacon, but most of the time they're not very healthy proteins either.
Yeah, so what you want to do,
I give you
is
turkey bacon. I'm trying.
a breakfast burrito. So the carb would be in your tortilla, and
Oh, if it's the way I make them.
You can get some complex carbs in some of the stuff you put in there, like potatoes, onions, peppers, things like that. The salsa, and I put spinach in my breakfast burritos as well.
Good.
And that's always really good.
Oh,
That would be great if the egg part of the breakfast burrito were egg whites. You have to be careful having too many egg yolks daily.
Yeah, well they're fatty and
Well, it's
pretty high in
less the fat,
cholesterol.
more the cholesterol.
Before I forget,
so they're
remember
really
something
high in
about-
cholesterol, which isn't
Fridge, you can
great
have it
for
in
you,
pouch.
but they're not horrible. You just gotta not get too much of it. But
Yeah, it's too much of it.
I've always done. I've never tried it with just straight egg whites. I've always done it with scrambled egg.
Yeah, scrambled eggs. When it comes to scrambled eggs for myself, scrambled egg whites are like easily comparable, like same difference. The only problem is, of course, doing that correctly, which is hard.
Yeah.
If it's the
So
way
let's
I
see
make
here.
breakfast burritos, I make
hey,
like
what's that version of scrambled
put
eggs that
pizza.
like has
Extra
ketchup
protein.
with it?
Has what?
Scrambled eggs with ketchup. I'm
Oh, I
pretty
thought
sure
they-
there's just scrambled eggs with ketchup.
Oh, I thought there'd be a name for that.
Another good way to get vegetables in the morning is like omelets. Those are good ways of throwing in like mushrooms and peppers and.
I guess some people
Yeah.
put cheese in it. Freaking, I hate that stuff.
I like cheese.
Yeah, I know you do.
I put cheese in my breakfast burritos.
Yeah, I know. And a lot of people do. Most people do.
I like cheese.
Yeah, most people do.
Listen, if I can fit it in that tortilla, it's going in that tortilla.
Oh, dude, I've like breached the limits of what I can fit in tortillas. That's sweetie. Freaking-
No, I've seen worse, and the worst was probably me.
If I may share a quick story real quick
Yeah,
related
do
to
it.
that.
I worked at Taco
Alright,
Bell. I know how to
so-
cook them.
My brother, okay, I'm not going to say his name, privacy reasons. I'm going to call him Dave. So Dave, he managed to get a Hot Pocket, right? He cut it open and started pouring like this insane amount of barbecue sauce. This was like the whole bottle. He put that down. He grabbed the other condiments, squeezed all of what's in those in somehow. Then he went, got a hot dog, and then ate it about less than a minute.
Jeez.
That sounds
Ew.
terrible, and a lot of
Yeah,
it was
that sounds
censored.
nasty.
Oh,
While
I hate Hot
while he
Pockets.
was doing this,
Really?
while he was doing
hate
this,
Hot Pockets,
I was
they're
going to get
gross.
the phone to go call 911, but then he said, "No, I'm fine." Right before I hit dial.
Crazy.
Like I hate most microwave meals, like TV dinners, because I ate those a bit as a kid, and I'd hate them because like my mom would give it, like someone would give it to me, and they wouldn't warm them up right. And you always have to put it back in, and they always like the mashed potatoes always tasted really weird because they weren't real potatoes, and the vegetables in them always smelled really bad. I never really liked TV dinners, and I don't like just getting like frozen meals that are pre-made and eating them. Like I don't trust it.
Honey Drop says, going back to the putting the honey on the meat thing, is that if you cool with it, you don't taste it apparently, which is interesting.
That's true. I did try that when I went to Tennessee a few years ago.
Yeah. I've never had that before, so I'll give it a try.
Well, I mean, honey glazed ham. I think it's the same concept, only just with other meats.
Well, honey glazed ham is one of my favorite things ever.
I don't like
so
ham,
let's see
so
here.
I'm biased.
Oh, good. I don't like ham either.
Yes, finally something we agree.
Honey Drop also asks, who else feels like the Disney live-action movies seem to be more and more lackluster as of late?
Honestly, I was watching Beauty and the Beast earlier today
Why?
because I was bored and there was nothing on TV. So I watched that and I was just like, yeah, this still isn't very good. And I'm trying to think of all the live action stuff, and you're hearing the stuff about the newer live action stuff that's gonna come out, and you're like, is it gonna get better? Because they're making different decisions.
They're
And
making, yeah. I feel like, from what I've seen, and I haven't seen a lot of them because I go in and out of sort of, I hate this and also more curiosity. Well, no, actually, Maleficent's still the worst. And I hate that they're making a sequel!
Apparently enough weirdos liked it. The live-action Aladdin
That
was
wasn't
okay.
that bad.
Yeah, for
That
the Will
wasn't
Smith
that bad.
bits. For that Will Smith stuff. It was pretty okay.
It was okay. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't better than the original animated in any way, shape, or form. But it was non-offensive.
Yeah, so that was okay. So I'm like, maybe they get somewhere.
Let's see how. Well, Lion King's coming out on my birthday.
The Lion King movie is coming out, and I don't know because I don't like the designs of the lions. Like, they're not different enough from each other.
I don't like the whole and this is something that bothered me with Beauty and the Beast too. What the heck is the point of a live action film when it's not live action?
Yeah, most of it's CGI.
Yeah, it's all CGI.
Like, you're not using real
The same
lions in
thing-
there.
Well, that's the same thing with the Lion King too. They released that trailer, and I just went, why are they making another animated Lion King movie?
I think Bronny missed what I was initially talking about.
Yeah, it probably was just a glitch. She's fine.
But yeah, it's like, it's not... So, like, yeah, you think you'd go a little further. It's like, no, we have to make this look like real life. I'm like, can you just, like, put a little bit more into it?
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, they're like, we have to make it realistic. And my initial thought is, did you actually get real lions as references? And I know that sounds stupid, but that's exactly what they did back in the 90s when they were animating Lion King. They brought in actual lions for the animators to reference. And, like, I feel like with them doing the CGI stuff, them trying to be all, like, super accurate, I doubt they actually got up close and personal with a real lion to get that reference. I highly doubt that they did any of that.
At least take the animation crew to the zoo.
Right, something. Like, that's the thing I used to love about watching, like, the making of stuff about Disney, is you'd see them go and research what they were actually making. And I just don't think they have that much heart in it anymore. Like, you don't see them, for the Hunchback of Notre Dame, they went to Paris. They sketched the living daylights out of Notre Dame to make sure they got it as accurate as possible.
A recent example was Frozen. Like, they gave the animator snow, let them work with the snow.
Right, yeah. It's like you need to research what you're making. And if you don't have that much heart into it, then what are you making?
Yeah, like, what's the
You're
point?
passionate.
Yeah, where's the passion, exactly?
No, I'm just meaning you particularly.
Well, yes, Disney is kind of my thing.
Oh, yes.
Sweetie, can you do me a favor and tell Buck and Five how you came up with your stage name?
Oh. Okay, way back in the day, my favorite episode was, what the heck was it called? Sisterhood of Social.
Yeah.
Sisterhood of Social is one of my favorite episodes. I really identified with it, and I identified with it on a couple counts. I have two older sisters. My oldest sister is very similar to Applejack. The middle sister is very similar to Rarity. And I very much identified with that episodes as both the younger sister of both of them. And so I'm like, I guess that would make me some sort of combination. And like the relationships with them too. Like Nora and I butt heads a lot more. Miriam and I are more like attached to the hip and we can read each other's mind, that type of thing. And so I was like, I guess that makes me some sort of combination of Sweetie Belle and Apple Bloom. And so basically my name is just to indicate that I am the younger sister. I'm the youngest sister.
Oh, I thought it was a ship name.
No, everyone thought that. It's not a ship name. It's simply to indicate that I'm the youngest sister.
Nice.
It's as simple as that.
All right.
I was going to
very
come
cool.
up with something better, but I never did. So it just stuck.
Bigorna says, my theory is that Disney is doing all of these live-action remakes to get that sweet nostalgia money.
Well,
Yeah.
Without the
Well, yeah.
hassle of needing to animate something.
Well, yeah. I mean,
But here's the
easy
thing,
money,
they're
easy
still
money.
animating like 2/3 of it.
Mhm. Just because they're doing it for the money doesn't mean they can't put effort into it.
They did them for the money back in the day too.
Yeah.
That's why they do literally everything.
That's why the
you
Hunchback
do
of Notre Dame
things.
sequel was like, wasn't it VHS release only?
I hated the sequel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, they're acting like, you know what, we don't have to put that much effort into it because they're gonna get nostalgia money. And they're right, they're gonna get nostalgia money. But here's the thing.
I
If
get
they
my
put
money.
effort into it, they could get more money, because if the movie is good beyond the nostalgia capacity and people start like actually recommending it to people and actually saying no, really see it, then that's going to help them in the long term. But that hasn't happened. 9 times out of 10, they all suck, and so everyone says don't bother.
Christine says live-action remakes are mostly reminding me of the sequel craze of the late 1990s and 2000s. Hopefully it'll die down.
Yes. It will die down.
I don't think it's going to die down because this type of crap has been going on since the early 2000s.
It's been going on since the beginning of the company. Like, this is something I have to educate them on the history of Disney. The 1970s, I think it was 1970s, the animated Robin Hood film that everyone knows and loves, the animated Robin Hood film, was the second, if not third attempt that the Walt Disney Company did to adapt Robin Hood as a film. They already had a live-action Robin Hood, and they made an animated film. I mentioned recently on Twitter there was an animated Cinderella, of course, the classic, and they made a live-action Cinderella in 1997 starring an African-American princess. You know, these things are not new. They've never been new. Disney remakes itself since the beginning. Homeward Bound, one of my favorite films, the 90s version is a remake of one back during Disney's day. There is a lot of films that they've remade. Oh, can you not remember when Lindsay Lohan was remaking every single live-action Disney classic? She remade Parent Trap. She remade Freaky Friday. She was putting her fingers all up in my childhood, and I don't recall anybody else getting all pissy about it as much as me and my family because we cared about those films. You know, and so now they're doing the same thing, but with things that people my age care about, and suddenly it's new and different. It's not new and different. It's the same thing they've always been doing. It's not going to go away, but it's going to shift. Like I said, Lindsay Lohan and the live-action thing, that was a phase, it went away. The sequelitis of the early 2000s, that was a phase, it went away. This whole new live-action of the 90s, the Renaissance movies, eventually, that's going to burn out and they're going to do something else to market their own selves.
What do you think's next?
I'm not sure. I hate to think.
Mulan.
I wouldn't be surprised if they remade all of Back to the Future. But this time that was animated.
Back to the Future, does that belong to them now?
They did. It's called Rick and Morty.
Does that belong to Disney now?
Heather, don't insult Back to the Future like that.
Don't. Rick and Morty's funny.
Let's see here. Honeydrop says, one, I'm a redhead. 2, I'm getting tired of redheaded characters getting cast with non-redhead actors. 3, redheads have always gotten the short end of the stick. 4, The Little Mermaid was the first redheaded princess. 5, redheads have always been thrown under the bus and thrown out of history. Okay.
No, that's very true. And what's funny, like everyone's all getting up in arms about the new casting for Ariel. And the funny thing is, them actually making Ariel a redhead was a huge risk. Back in 1989, all mermaids were blonde. Blonde, blue-eyed bimbos was considered beautiful in the late 80s. That was the only way you could be beautiful. And the idea that a mermaid wasn't blonde, I mean, think of Splash. Every mermaid's blonde. But no, she's redhead. And so it was different and new. Now, there was a redheaded mermaid in Disney before in Peter Pan, but that, since she was kind of homicidal, I don't know if that counts. But the idea of making her a redhead was actually a huge gamble. And it was not a gamble they made to boost up the redheaded community. It was a gamble they made because it aesthetically worked better. Just her red hair just worked better in the whole setting. Yeah. It just it worked better with the whole setting. And so they're like, well, let's just, we could get away with making her a redhead? And they're like, don't see why. I mean, sure, I guess. I mean, because the funny thing is, at this point, the Walt Disney Animation Studio thought that they were going out of business. So they're like, sure, do whatever the heck you want. This is going to be our last hurrah. And then it made a crap ton of money. And they're like, never mind!
Make me
we're back in business!
Yeah, so here's what's up, sweetie. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure I've established this with you at some point in time in the past, but I'm going to run for president. So I need you to be my running mate, and I'll come up with the policies, and I just need you to give all my speeches because of how passionately you talk about Disney. I need you to channel that into my
anything else in my life.
That's
the problem my dad always criticized me about. It's like, why can't you remember, your academics as well as you remember Lord of the Rings,
Well,
stuff
Lord
like
of
that.
the Rings is interesting,
Right?
for one.
That would always be his number one thing, because I'd, like, be failing history, and then I literally, and I probably still can, recite the entirety of Peter Jackson's Fellowship of the Ring. I can recite it from memory, and my dad's just like, why? It's like, why are you failing school when you can do crap like that?
So yeah, that's called being
Shut up, Paul.
autistic. So
Yeah.
we got time for one more question here.
Oh,
Heather,
yeah, freaking, we're almost
Heather,
done.
Clayton, I haven't even been able to tell you guys about the time because we've been so busy talking. Heather, Clayton wants to know, would you say that Pixar is getting better at making movies?
I don't know. I've enjoyed all the movies so far, though. They're really dragging out Toy Story, aren't they? Like that. I'm like, we didn't need a Toy Story 4. As it is, Toy Story 3 was pushing it, but it seemed like a conclusion. But now Toy Story 4. I mean, shoot, it'll probably be good.
And one
Toy
last
Story
comment
X.
here. One last comment here. Buck5 says all the MLP reviewers should do a Lord of the Rings parody. Oh God.
I'm sure they
The
are. They're
scam.
always doing something with I'm a Toon Link.
Oh god, we haven't done anything with I'm a Tin Link in a while. If you're referring to Nightmare Night Crew, no, we haven't done. After Equestria, we stopped really doing anything together.
Oh, freaking! I guess that is just the most recent thing in my mind. But
That was back in 2017, but good try.
You guys did like something with Monty Python's Holy Grail.
Yeah, that was a few years ago.
That was years ago.
Years ago. The last thing we did together, we premiered at BronyCon 2017. That was 2 years ago. We haven't done anything since then.
What year is it? Where's my brain?
It's 2019.
Alright, guys, I gotta come out of this time loop. Let's end this stream. Thank you everyone for showing up. We'll see you next week. And I hope everyone has a good night. And I had a great time. I love having all my friends with me during the streams. It makes it way more entertaining, honestly. So, without further ado, I'm Heather Blossom, and I'll see you in the next one. Wave goodbye.